What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Loading Podcast. My name is Arthur.
And my name is AJ. Welcome back.
It is May 24th, 2020. Welcome back, everyone. Holy crap. Yo, for some reason, I almost stuttered on the intro because it's been a minute since we've recorded.
It has been a minute, but today's looking like it's going to be a stacked episode. Got a lot of things to get into. We haven't even been on this platform for like a whole month. First of all, Arthur, I gotta ask you, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, actually. Doing pretty good. All right. Just, staying under here, playing some games, revisiting Assassin's Creed, which has been a blast so far.
Beautiful, beautiful. You know what's the difference? I mean, you know what's actually a similarity between this episode and the last episode?
We're still under quarantine?
We're still under quarantine. You would have thought after, like, you know what I mean? You would have thought this would have been done by now, but it's like, I guess we just gotta keep going with the flow and see where this takes us. But
yeah, unlike we're not Florida or we're not Texas that are starting to reopen. This is New York City, dude.
We still quarantined
at this point. Yeah, we're still in shutdown in place, so we're not leaving our houses. And to be honest, with what's happening outside still and what I keep hearing, frankly I don't know if I want to.
I feel you on that, man. But That's good hearing you're good. I'm doing pretty okay as well. You know what I'm saying? Everything's good on this side. I don't really know what's happening anymore, so I'm just kind of taking it as it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you on that. Listen, I don't know if it's just me personally, just quickly say it, but time has flown by like super fast. Like I was discussing this with you one day. And I was just like, wow, is it just me or because we're already about to be in June? Yeah,
actually, we started the podcast in June. It's about to be a year since we started doing this on SoundCloud. Crazy. And now we're exclusively on all these other platforms and all that other stuff. So it's like, yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. The 32 episodes strong right now.
Yeah, indeed. But I think we should just catch people up on what we've been doing since the last time we've updated them. You've been saying you've gotten back into Assassin's Creed. What else have you been getting back into?
I've been getting back into Assassin's Creed. I've been playing a crap ton of Call of Duty, and my PlayStation isn't looking too good right now with the storage that it's taking place. Aside from that, Dead by Daylight.
Does your PS4 sound like a jet engine when you start running that game?
Oh yes,
your PS4 starting hollering. You still gonna start hollering?
Yeah, dude, this is a first generation PlayStation. This thing is still beating for some reason.
Oh my goodness! All right, well, that's good to hear on that side, man. Over here on this side, what about
you, my guy?
Over on this side, I'm good. I've been revisiting a couple games. One game that I have been revisiting is Watch Dogs 2. I went ahead and beat that game, started that game over again, and nice. Playing through it again. Besides that, other things I've been getting back into over the last month since the last time we updated y'all was Stardew Valley. I know I might have mentioned Stardew Valley a couple episodes ago in this podcast, but I actually got it again for Switch, and I've just been enjoying the heck out of that game so much more. It's so much more convenient just to have it on the go and wherever I want to play it. You know what I mean?
Indeed. That was kind of the reason that I bought it personally again on Switch. Well, it was that, and I got it on sale, so I figured, you know what? I think I would like it. This is also during the time where I was like just going out a bunch, whether it was work, school, or any of those various means. So it was just perfect for my current situation right there.
Anything else? Yo. Anything else? Let me see. What else have I been playing? Nah.
Also, what about playing? Have you been watching anything, my guy?
I've been watching anything.
Spring anime season is coming to a close soon.
Honestly, you know what? I haven't been watching jack shit. To keep it a buck with you, I have not been watching anything.
Listen, it's always good to be honest, my guy.
Yeah, that was the truth. I was not watching nothing. I have not seen any anime, no shows, no nothing.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. I was, you already know me, dude. I was catching up with Kaguya-sama. Love is War Season 2.
Wait, Season 2 is out? Oh my God, I forgot.
Yeah, Season 2 is out,
How many episodes are they
in? I think they're about to hit 8 today. Or yesterday, excuse me, because they come out Saturday.
Damn, dog. I didn't even know. I wasn't even knowing, my guy. I was
Dude, it's great. It's great, man. Like,
don't spoil me because I want to watch it.
I'm not gonna spoil.
What I hope to see is that there's more character progression in terms of like love interest and all that. But hey,
Yes.
putting all that to the side for right now, we got some news to get into. I feel like we got some news to get into. We got a lot of things to talk about today. We
have some very controversial things, and also some very interesting things at the same time.
We got a big lineup today, and we also got a new segment that we're also going to be getting into today that we're going to start rolling out from now on, every episode going forward from now. So I guess the first thing we should get into, one of the biggest things, and right when this happened, I was like, I gotta let Arthur know that we have to do a podcast like soon. But 2 weeks later, here we are. Basically, let's get into this first news story. So basically, The Last of Us 2 major plot points got leaked all over the internet. There were screenshots, there was actual gameplay footage of some major things going on. And I just want to state right now, we're not going to be spoiling. We're not going to be spoiling anything that happened.
Indeed. If you want to find out what those spoilers are, then by all means, just do a Google search. You'll find them. For sure.
Listen.
But needless to say that these story spoilers didn't go well with the community.
Yeah, I found out, and then I told Arthur, you found out. For me, I told you what happened, and then we kind of just had when I initially told you, we kind of just had a conversation about this leak and how it would have ramifications in the second half of the game specifically.
Yeah.
Without this is without going into really too much detail, because like, once again, we're not trying to spoil it for anyone who you know what I'm saying, who enjoys The Last of Us, enjoys the story, enjoys the characters, you know what I mean? We don't want to just, you know what I'm saying, just throw it out there. But if you know what we're talking about, then you know what we're talking about.
Exactly. Like when AJ first came to me, right, and he just discussed these spoilers, I was just, at first I was like so confused, because I was like, wait, what? But then that confusion suddenly led to questioning, like, wait, why does certain events happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's very difficult to explain this without directly mentioning what those spoilers are.
Because the story spoilers are gonna have such a heavy impact on the gameplay. It's kind of hard for us to even go into like detail. But
indeed, yeah.
But basically, knowing what we do know, how do you think that the community, that has not been spoiled to this, that may have a certain attachment to a lot of these you know what I'm saying, certain plot points and, you know what I'm saying, character personalities, how do you think they would react seeing with this information given to them as they play the game when it comes out next month, I believe?
Yeah. I believe that some people, I can't really say for everyone, but I know that some people will be upset. Some people will see it as like I don't want to say direct attack, but more like why? Like, why was this done? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I can get what you're saying.
Yeah, but the story spoilers, they still don't cover the entire story. No. I'm still assuming that Naughty Dog probably has something up their sleeves to make it so that, like, you know, just because you found out about certain parts of what happens in the game doesn't mean that there still aren't more surprises left in store.
Exactly. A lot of the stuff that was leaked was very out of context, and it was basically meant to, you know what I'm saying, portray the narrative of the story in a certain kind of light. You know what I mean? I don't know who leaked it. People were saying it was a disgruntled employee. I don't know if that's true. But
I remember I was telling you this. I was like, I bet you the reason why some of this got spoiled was because someone got upset that the fact that Last of Us 2 was going to get delayed indefinitely. So they're like, all right, you know what? I've had enough of this. You know what? let's spoil some of the game for people that were hoping it was gonna come out soon.
Right. Honestly,
Which if that would be funny
don't
if that
know.
was the case, but I know it isn't.
I mean, it could be a plethora of things, but I just don't know how the community would react to this. To be honest, from my standpoint, right? This is how I feel. From my standpoint, I've always kind of looked at The Last of Us as one of those kind of games where it's like anything could really happen. You know what I mean? It's one of those games where it's like if something major happened in the story, if something completely out of left field happened, I could kind of buy it. You know what I mean? But when you see what happened, it's just like, damn. How do you you know what I mean? How do you phrase this? I don't even know, dog.
Yeah.
All I just know is that, you know what I'm saying, the hardcore fans might feel some type of way. They might feel some type of way.
Because I know personally, there have been a lot of people that got very invested in the first game story.
Yeah, for sure. And the story and the plot and the characters, you know what I'm saying, the development.
Like, I guess at the end of the day, we're just going to have to see when the full game gets released.
Yeah, I would, you know what I'm saying, we want to know the context between these leaks.
We need to know what happened.
Yeah.
Like, what led up to this point.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good place to leave that off on, but what I want to know though is
what's up?
I wonder if these leaks are gonna have already impacted sales. You know what I mean? Like so someone might have seen these leaks and like, damn, I don't even know if I want to play this game anymore. You know what I mean? Because I've seen people, I've seen like other like commentators on YouTube share their opinions on these leaks. And then they kind of just end up having second thoughts about the game, which I feel like is... I mean, you have your right to have your own opinion on these leaks, but I just gotta wait and see what the full context is so I can fully understand why the hell this has happened. You know what I mean? Like...
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's a good place to end it off right there. You got anything else you want to add on to that?
Just to finish it off, this is going back to when you were saying about how some people probably won't even get the game.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, just because they have these story spoilers, they're like, oh, what's the point of me playing it? To that end, I personally think that just because you got some story spoilers like this, of this magnitude, I don't think it should stop you from... Like, say, it shouldn't stop you from playing it and, like, experiencing it yourself if you were already interested in it. Like, if you weren't interested in Last of Us 2 beforehand, like, then by all means, like, it's not going to change your opinion or anything. But if you had plans, like, if you were a very big fan of the first one and you wanted to see what happens in the second one, I don't think story spoilers like this should stop you from playing it. Like, it's still a video game at the end of the day.
Agreed. All right, well said.
Yes.
All right.
That's where I'll leave it off.
All right. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and transition from this very interesting topic that we can't really touch on that much because spoilers. We're going to move on from this news story. We're going to go on to our new segment. We got a brand new segment, and we call it Loading Complete or Stuck on Loading. So we want to take this time to basically highlight something positive that we've been seeing in the gaming community, or one thing negative that you might have seen in the game community, where it's like you look at something stupid that someone could be doing, like, yo, these people are stuck on loading. These people are stuck on loading. You know what I mean? So,
and trust me, this one that I have, they're far from loading, as if they just crashed, my guy. Like, loading depleted at this point. Exactly, blue screen of death with no hopes of recovery.
Jeez. Alrighty then. Alright, so why don't you go ahead and go first? What are you giving it first? Loading complete or stuck on loading?
I'm doing stuck on loading. Well, actually, no. You know what? Let me do loading complete, because I think this is a nice thing. In the PC gaming market right now, apparently, unbeknownst to me, Mario 64, a cult classic in the gaming world, has been released on PC by a independent person or something like that, and it's a full port of Mario 64 in its N64 graphics and everything, but just with 1080p resolution and with full PC customization controls, I believe.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Not even
1080p. It's native 4K support.
Is that the joint that I've seen the little demo of Mario that's been running in Unreal Engine? Is that what I'm?
No.
Because I've seen a video like that where it's like it's on PC and it's like a little slice of the game, vertical slice, where it's running in Unreal Engine. But if they're actually like doing the entire game, like taking like are they basically taking the same assets and they're upgrading the resolution of them, or are they kind of just rebuilding the game from the ground up again? Are you aware?
Well, from what I've been reading in this article, right, there was a video originally that showed off the port, but obviously it has been taken down thanks to a certain company that's responsible for the plumber. But yes, it was apparently a port that was just going to be on PC that people could just download and play.
Wow, okay, well,
it's straight for PC, which I honestly think it's great because, you know, PC is like the home where you can play almost anything, in my opinion. And with such a game like that's already like this historically loved, I guess you could say, or just known, having it for people who haven't played it, especially since it's 2020 and most people probably won't know what it is, it's good that it would have been released and, you know, given out to people who wanted to play it without having to get a Switch or freaking Wii U, or even getting an emulator and maybe not have like the best controller support. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
It's good that someone came out here and actually tried to, like, you know, do this for PC.
Is it still up now, or did Nintendo ninjas get to it, or what's up?
I'm assuming the Nintendo ninjas got to it because one, the video got copyrighted immediately, and two, as far as I know, I don't think he's gonna release it completely because he's just gonna have a crap ton of stress on his hands with Nintendo's lawyers.
Facts. Well, enough in the chat for the Mario 64 remastered. And actually, I believe last time we did an episode, we covered the potential Mario 64 remastered coming to the Switch and other Mario remasters coming to the Switch as well. Remember? So
indeed.
So maybe it's negative that it got taken down. It's unfortunate, but maybe this could be a sign of things to come on the Switch within the next year or so. Hopefully, Nintendo. We'll see. But anyways,
indeed.
All right, I got loading complete. My little reference for today is I saw this on Instagram, right? So I was going on my Explore page, and I saw the caption was like, Triple X Tentacion reference found in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the 2019 version. First of all, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Tentacion, for sure.
Yeah.
And they basically, what it was is I believe it was like a little spray of the skull thing, his little skull. I think that's like his profile photo on SoundCloud or something like that. I don't know where it's from, but like it basically has like the same like 17 tattoo that he has on his head. So I thought that was a really dope reference that they would put that in as like a little spray. And it was dope. I believe this has been in the game for months already, but this is my first time actually finding out about it. So that's what I got for, you know what I'm saying, loading complete. I thought that was a really dope reference and good way to honor his legacy. You know what I'm saying? Triple X on the kill, XXX on the kill streak. That's what he said in the fucking song. Hey. So I thought that was really fucking cool that they put that in there.
Like, I think it's cool, just to quickly like wrap it up with that. I didn't think that Infinity Ward would actually take note or make an Easter egg about it, but they get a little bit of browning points on that. Yeah. Like, that's good reference.
That was dope as fuck, dog. I'll fuck with that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We got the positivity out the way.
Now
we got to get to the bullshit.
Now we got to get to the stupidity.
Stuck on loading, Arthur. What do you got?
Stuck on I said loading. Fuck. Loading. All right. So recently, the culling origins. Most of you who are in gaming right now probably have heard this already, but it still stands by. So the culling origins, which was originally an old battle royale, probably one of the first big ones back in 2016. They came back, right, with a sequel, Culling Origins, and let's just say that their model on how they're handling the game makes free-to-play games look like fucking gods.
All right,
so apparently,
what's going on?
So apparently, in order to play the game, you get one free game. One free match that you get on top of paying like $6 already for the game by default. Then, after every match, if you did not win that first game, you have to pay for tokens in order to keep playing matches in the game. You can either buy the tokens individually, or you can buy a pack of them, or like a pass, like a 1-day pass or a 7-day pass.
What is the culling? Is it like
it is a battle royale game?
Oh wait, okay, right. So that's all I need to know, right? So you're telling me. Okay, so you're telling me a battle royale game came out in 2020 and it's not free?
It's not free,
and that's the first thing, right? It's $6 off for. And then you mean to tell me you can only play one game a day for free? Yeah. If you don't. I mean, it's a battle royale. I will say
apparently recently they changed it so that you get 10 games per day for free. Ooh.
I mean,
but yes, aside from that, you have to pay for every match.
If you pay 10 games at any battle royale per day and it's not Apex, I'm kind of looking at you kind of weird. If you're not playing Apex or Warzone, if you're playing like Fortnite or something, it's like But that's kind of a kind of shitty business model if you ask me.
It really
10 games a day is a little better, I guess. But if you're playing, my thoughts is this, right? If I'm paying for a game and I basically. Okay, this is what it's like. Okay, this is like the equivalent of me buying a single player game, right? Let's say we buy like a single player indie title game that's a budget game, maybe like $15-$20, right? And you get the game, and it's a single player story. You play the story, and you could only play one mission or a handful of missions a day, and you have to continue to pay to do a handful of missions. You know what I mean? But I don't really understand that business model. I feel like it's cool that they put it to 10 games, but honestly, I just feel like they should just. Well, it's not cool. Let me say that, but I feel like they should just let you play as much as you want. Because to be honest, who's playing more than 10 games in a row of the culling Origins? You know what I mean? Like I don't really get that. Is this like, a PC game?
It's only on Xbox One at the moment, but it has a PC release.
Okay, so you mean to tell me that a console game?
Yes.
Is charging people to play. Was charging people to play per every game they didn't win, essentially.
Yeah, and then also keep in mind, right? This is a battle royale. Your chances of winning by default is low. I don't know personally how many players are in Culling Origins because I really did not care
Who are the developers?
About the game. It's called Xavient Games. In fact, there is a video right now on YouTube by Xavient where he proudly proclaims that the culling is back. In fact, I can send you a link right after this because I have it right here.
The culling. I'm looking at something from the Culling Origins. This was a free-to-play launch. This trailer was back in 2018.
This is the one that's been getting a crap ton of flack for a good reason.
Well, listen,
because
this game developer is definitely stuck on loading, right? I don't know. Yes. Hey man, you know what I mean? If you got people willing to pay, I mean, if you have people that were willing to play that game, pardon me, per every game that they didn't win, I feel like, hey, you know what I mean? There's a statement that says there's a new sucker that's born every single day. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna be one of them. That's unfortunate though. Hey.
Amen.
Sucks.
But yeah, that's my stuck on loading for the week.
What a good one. That's a good one right there. That's a doozy. All right.
It really is.
So stuck on loading this week for me on my side. I have Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Ubisoft, you're up to bat, my guy. You gotta step up to the congregation and be judged now. Okay. So what they did was they released a trailer, I believe, during some type of Xbox presentation, I believe it was, and they basically were misleading the consumer by telling them that it was a gameplay trailer, but in actuality it was an edited in-engine quote-unquote gameplay trailer. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
When you basically sit down and you think of gameplay, you would expect to see a vertical slice of how the actual gameplay would go. Like, for instance, maybe a slice of a mission, slice of like a little area where you can see certain things. The whole, basically what they showed off was, this was the equivalent of Rockstar going in like the Grand Theft Auto editor and making like a little movie and calling it gameplay when it's not. Yes, technically, yes, it is technically gameplay because it's all done in game, and I understand it's done in engine. But when you say gameplay, this is not what should be. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? This is a cinematic in-game trailer. That's the best way to describe this. This is not gameplay, because when I play the game, it's gonna look like this, yes, but it's not gonna be with all these cinematic angles, and you know what I mean. Like when gamers think gameplay, they think of three things. They think of third-person view, they think of HUD, and they think of some type of objective. You know what I mean? Some type of objective to do. There was none of that in that trailer. It was kind of disappointing and a little misleading too. But hey,
you know, the weird thing that I find about this is that Ubisoft has shown off like gameplay demos like
extensively
before with Assassin's Creed too.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, remember Assassin's? Yo, I don't know if you remember, but the Assassin's Creed 3 gameplay trailer. When Connor was running through the snow in like the forest, and it actually had like an objective and everything like that.
They've showed off gameplay extensively before in the past. Even hell, bro, Valhalla's supposed to be coming out this year, right? Yet they showed off gameplay from Watch Dogs 3 since last year, and they're still worried about, and they're still kind of just like not worried about, but they're feeding people these like little bite-sized teasers. I'm not really with it, to be honest with you, because well, first of all, the original trailer, they didn't really do nothing for me because it was a cinematic trailer. Like, it was an actual cinematic trailer where like it wasn't like an engine, it was actual cinematics that you were watching, right? And this is essentially another cinematic that was made in game.
Yeah,
essentially.
Basically, it's like you said, like with the whole like, it's the equivalent of Rockstar taking like their Rockstar in-game footage and making it like extremely cinematic. Like say for example, Franklin is just holding like an M4 and he's just shooting random cars or like goons and stuff like that, and calling that gameplay.
And in the simplest definition, it is gameplay, but that's not really what gamers are expecting when you say the word gameplay.
Yeah, we were expecting like maybe mechanics, what's different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that type of stuff.
Yeah, and it's already around EA time anyway, so people already got that itch. Like, yo, show us something now. You know what I'm saying? Because did I say EA? I meant to say E3. It's around E3 time, so people just wanna just be shown something already. You know what I mean?
Amen.
Yeah, but anyways,
listen,
that's
Ubisoft. You failed to load.
Yeah, you're stuck on loading.
That's
Ubisoft.
what it is.
You're stuck on loading.
loading.
But anyways, I feel like that's a good place to move away from that little segment. You know what I'm saying? Loading complete or stuck on loading. That's, you know what I'm saying, in the bag. So now, we have some other things to talk about. Let's go ahead and move on from that. Next, we got the Unreal Engine demo that came out, that was running on the PlayStation 5. What do you think about that, my guy?
Well, for one, it looks pretty damn good. Like, just seeing all the stuff that it was capable of, and apparently they say it was running on a PlayStation 5, which, you know, okay, whoop-de-doo, that's pretty cool. But I don't say it's like completely game changing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it looks great, and they were boasting on how, like, saying, oh, we have like thousands and millions of particles inside of like one or two pieces of like objects or something like that, and it all moves in real time, dynamic lighting, all of this stuff. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, that's awesome. It looks great.
I was definitely impressed. I'll say that. I'm not like blown away per se, because these things have already been possible on PC since forever. So when they kind of throw these terms at you, billions and billions of triangles and all this shit, it's like, all right, dog. You know what I mean? But still, even with all that being said, it still looks good. That should look good. You seen the water? The water.
Yeah, I saw the water.
The water effects looked a little weird, but it looked. It had the look. It just didn't have the feel. It didn't move how water actually moves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it still looks good.
It still looks good. No, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Also, I just really like the lighting and the whole dynamic tracking thing that they have.
The lighting was great. I really liked how they basically put a lot more detail into the smaller things. Like they were mentioning the fabric and certain things that can be triggered without having to use motion capture. Like just all done in the engine. I thought that was really cool because I feel like that allows developers to be able to do more with their games without having to have the resources needed to do motion capping. And you know what I mean? Like I feel like that was just a cool thing overall. I feel like it's just a little glimpse into the future. I really want to see how this gets used. You know what I mean? 3-4 years down the line. You know what I mean? Because I know even though next gen is like right around the corner, we're not gonna really start seeing quote unquote like these like flagship next gen games that are going to be genre defining. We're not going to see those games for like the next couple years. You know what I mean? Because that's usually how it goes. When a console comes out, it usually is at the same graphical fidelity. The game's at the same graphical fidelity as the last gen, maybe a little better, but like, you know what I mean, kind of similar. But then as it kind of goes on, there are games being developed that can take full advantage of the hardware. So I really, if this is what it looks like now running on the PS5, I want to see what you know what I'm saying, what game's gonna be looking like in 2023, you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? The sky's the limit. I thought it was really cool. How about you?
I personally want to know, what does Unreal Engine 5 open up in terms of gameplay possibilities? That's what I would like to know, because like it's already a given that it's going to look better, it's going to perform better, it's going to make many things look even more dynamic, realistic, all of this, right? I think everyone knows this at this point, right? What I want to personally know is like, what advantages does Unreal 5 have when a game developer is looking to make something more fun? Like, you know what I mean? Maybe more interactable environments that you can use in order to do like cool stuff. Yeah. Like for example, like when they were showing off the gameplay with the girl and how she was climbing, imagine like it wasn't limited to just that specific wall. Like almost every single piece of that mountain or that wall, she could dynamically climb to open up new routes, new personalized like ways to explore and get to objectives. Maybe like different ways in order to like, you know, perform different things, secret tombs that you can like. It looked like Tomb Raider essentially. Yeah,
high key. It looked like Tomb Raider meets Horizon Zero Dawn. And
basically,
I like what you're saying too, but just to add on to what you were saying, speaking about from the game developer's perspective, I would also like to see what tools that they would give the developer to help them deliver the best optimized product. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't notice, but when you're basically developing a game, you have to do a lot of optimizing to make sure that frame rate can stay solid. You know what I mean? So I want to know if they're going to have any sort of like dynamic tools that will make the game optimize. It'll basically do certain things so that way it'll basically give you the best possible performance on the widest range of PCs possible, and just have it be optimized. You know what I mean? Like I just want to see that because just because it would be cool. You know what I mean? I want to see what other tools they give to developers too. They can think outside the box. I don't really know.
Yeah, like I definitely would like to see what they do with all of this new tech and different possibilities. Like it really is just limiting to the person who's using it and what they can do with it.
Indeed. All right, cool. I feel like that's a good place to end that one off. Now we're gonna just transition into another demo gameplay slice that we've seen
for a game that I'm looking very forward to. As I've stated before,
that's actually gonna come out, because that game was that game that we saw for the Unreal Engine is not coming out. That's just the demo.
Just the demo. But this one is coming out.
Yep, it's coming out very soon. It's called Ghost of Tsushima. And it was in a little 18-minute demo trailer. Not demo trailer, that but demo
actually showed gameplay.
Yeah, where they actually showed the gameplay. Ubisoft, take notes. They actually showed the gameplay. And they basically did a little tour of certain mechanics. They showed off the combat. They showed off the customization. They showed off the actual...
they showed off the difference between I forgot his name, but it's
Jin?
basically
Jin and the
two
Ghost.
different. Yeah. Jin the samurai, and then you have the ghost, and two of them focus on very different gameplay styles. Jin the samurai focuses more on like combat, like honorable 1v1s, parrying, taking out like every person one by one through like very swift, fast one shot slices and stuff like that. Like a real samurai, they pray whenever, or they bow down whenever they beat them in a duel, that kind of stuff. Then you have the ghost, which is like, fuck that shit, I'm just killing you outright with like freaking smoke bombs, assassination techniques, killing anyone that gets in his way brutally, making an image, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was really cool that you can switch between those two, and whichever one fits your playstyle more is the one you can choose. Like Jin the Ghost looked like he can do more parkour moves, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's limited to him though.
One question I have about that though, because I'm assuming this game is gonna have some kind of honor system. I really want to know how or not how, but when can you kind of switch back and forth between those two? Because one thing that I noticed was they kind of showed off Jin during the day, and then at the night they showed off the ghost. So I'm kind of wondering, is this like a thing where it's like you have to play a certain section of the game as Jin, and then there are certain sections where you have to play as the ghost, and it could be like a little stealthy missions or whatever. That would be really,
that's true,
cool to see as well. But I feel like the honor system, I feel like I would want to see how the honor system would have repercussions in the game later on, because they already showed off the fear system as the ghost. You can basically scare people, but I want to know if you, like, say for instance, if I'm Jin and I'm very dishonorable, I want to know if people would still give me the satisfaction of a one-on-one. You know what I mean? Like say like if I'm going up to do this, like, okay, yo, fight me. He's like, nah, I'm not gonna give you no one-on-one. I'm calling all my guys and we're gonna fight, beat the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you. I think that'll be interesting to see. Maybe like if you get dishonorable, like you just mentioned, and they get like a crap ton of goons to just get on you because they're like, oh, you're no worthy samurai, you don't deserve it. And then you just like kill all of them. Does it like go back up? It's like, oh crap, maybe we should have just taken him on one-on-one.
And you know it would be cool too if they had some type of nemesis system like in Shadow of Mordor, where it's like you could have like a target you would need to assassinate, but if you keep them alive, they'll come back stronger. You know what I mean?
That would be cool.
Or say for instance, right? Let me give you an example, right? So say you meet a guy, you're supposed to assassinate him, but it's like, all right, cool, I'm just gonna cut off your arm. And what if the dude like still lives and he comes back with one arm next? He's like a one-armed samurai and shit. That would be if there's like if there would be a whole nemesis system in this game might be goated, to be honest with you. But
dude, it'd be great.
Yeah, that shit would be fuego, dog. But I don't know. I just want to see more. Honestly, this little 18-minute slide just made me want to watch more. I'm kind of curious about the story. I like the fact that they have the Japanese dub as an option. Offer it before you even start the game. I will be turning that on just because. You kind of have to. You kind of have to, dog.
Yeah, like it would be so weird to hear just Japanese-looking samurai and people just speaking in casual English. When the game's supposed to be looking like a little bit more realistic than most other titles.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
Because I believe the same E3 they showed this game off, they also showed off Sekiro. I thought these games would be launching around the same time. And obviously, Sekiro came out last year. And this game is coming out later on this year.
This year. In 1 month, right?
I believe so. I don't know the exact date.
Comes out June.
But I just want to see who's gonna have the better parry system, because there is a parry system in this game, but I just hope it's I mean, not hope, I know it's not gonna be as difficult as Sekiro was. So I want to see.
Then again, it's not a bad thing in my honest opinion, because if what they showed off, it looks like you have more freedom in terms of mobility.
And open world.
And open world, yeah. While Sekiro is generally like more of a linear.
It's like a semi-open
RPG
world, but it's like very linear still. There's only a certain area you can really explore in Sekiro. I just.
You want to know
what's up?
Oh no, continue.
And also, I'm gonna say Sekiro. You ain't have no fucking horse in Sekiro.
Yeah. What I was going to say though is, the people that are making this, right? Sucker Punch. Mm-hmm. They were responsible for the Infamous series, right?
I know that.
I did not know that until I actually looked it up. I'm like, wait, Sucker Punch sounds familiar.
Yeah, dog.
And then I realized, holy crap, they're the ones responsible for Infamous.
No wonder this game looks so goddamn good.
I know.
But no, for real though, I'm gonna go on a whim here and say this game might be better than Sekiro when it comes out. Mm-hmm. Just cause it's Sucker Punch. They know how to do open world games.
Yeah. I haven't played Sekiro, but I feel like I might prefer Ghost of Tsushima more, just because I kind of like the whole duality aspect of the whole gameplay style of the ghost and the samurai, and whichever one you prefer. Mm-hmm. And this one seems to be more embedded in reality, while Sekiro was more like mixing fantasy with, with like ancient feudal Japan. Which by no means is bad. Sekiro is a great game. It's an amazing game. But I really want to see what Ghost of Tsushima does, and maybe it'll appeal to me more.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But one is, they're comparable in that fact that they're a samurai game, but not so comparable in the fact that one is linear and one is open world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, one is more non-linear.
Yeah, the gameplay varies a lot between this, because with Sekiro, it's very all real time. But in Tsushima, as you've seen in the gameplay, as Jin at least, there's a lot of slowing down time, a lot of precise movements. You know what I mean? Whereas in Sekiro, it's more so about looking for rolling and then looking for an opening and then slicing and then parrying and then doing all this shit properly, breaking someone's parry meter and then doing a little bit of damage and then killing them and then having the monkey come back a little later in the game. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah.
Yeah. Also one thing that I just noticed too.
What's up?
We are getting 3 samurai games in the span of like 2 or 3 years.
What's the other samurai game? Am I missing one?
Neo 2.
Oh.
Remember Neo?
Nah, I'm kind of asleep on that game. Haven't played it.
It's basically it was Dark Souls but Samurai Edition before Sekiro came about.
I see.
That's essentially what it is.
Was it made by the same people?
No, it was made by a different company.
Okay. All right. Well, hey.
But yeah, we're getting Neo 2, and we have Ghost of Tsushima, and then Sekiro like last year. So I just think it's funny.
All right. Well, those are our thoughts on Ghost of Tsushima. I feel like this is the perfect place to start wrapping it up right now. What do you think?
I think it's a good time. We're already about to reach the 44-minute mark. So, yeah, I think it's time for the wrap-up, my guy.
So let's do the wrap-up then. All right, guys. Well, if you enjoyed this episode of the Loading Podcast, make sure you give us a 5-star rating on iTunes, because it helps us get out to more people, helps us grow in the algorithm. And that means we can be more consistent with our uploads, because we have more people watching and supporting us, so we can get sponsors and all types of shit. So yeah, if you would just go ahead and give us a 5-star rating on iTunes, that would be greatly appreciated. You know what I mean? Also, make sure you can check out all our other platforms that we're on. We're on 10 other platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, pretty much wherever you listen to podcasts. You know what I mean? And we also have a video version that comes out 2 days after the podcast on my YouTube channel, which is at Aaron Ryder. That is AranRyder. I repeat, that is AranRyder. That's also all of my social media too. Twitter, Instagram, all that. And you could find my guy over here at...
You could find me at Arthur_ASP for most things, except on YouTube and Twitch, where you can find me at Flying Rye.
All right, guys. Well, make sure you do all that. And we're out of here. All right, this has been the Loading Podcast, episode 32.
32, my God.
And my name is AJ.
And my name is Arthur.
And have a good one.
I'll see you guys next time.
Peace to the Middle East.